Hey there, Patriots. This is True Outlaw Patriot coming at you with another one. I know it's been a while. It's been well over a week since I put out my last video, maybe almost 2 weeks. Just a quick uh, video on how things have been going with me and something I want to touch on, uh, something that Trump did. First of all, with me, I'm still struggling with what happened. My back, it's just so much to deal with, and it's truly stressing me out. So I'm trying my best, and I want to thank everybody for sticking with the channel and sending me messages. I'll try to get to everybody's messages and emails as soon as I can. If you guys want to help support the channel, I'm gonna leave a link for my Cash App in the description. With that being said, I don't know if anybody's heard, but Trump wanted to pull back money from Harvard because he found out that Harvard College, okay, university, found out that they were not playing by the rules when it came to um, equality. Let's put it that way, okay, on many different things. But one of the things that Trump found out was that Harvard gives a lot of money when it comes to politics, but supposedly well over 73%, I think it was, that they said, or maybe more, of the money that Harvard decides to donate to political campaigns mostly goes to, you guessed it, Democrats and liberals. Okay. And on top of all that, Harvard lets their foreign students and their regular, American students that don't like America basically think that they can protest whatever they want, and even getting to the point that they're letting students basically just attack Jewish students. Okay, now we know this has been happening for a long time with this whole, problem that's been going on in the Middle East and all that between Israel and Palestine. But it just seems that one would think a prestigious university like Harvard would not be so damn leftist and think that, you know what, it's okay for Americans to take Americans tax money, okay, to give to that college, and yet they will be so one-sided. As a matter of fact, today, something new, okay, that Trump put out. Well, first of all, Trump said they was pulling back all federal funding from Harvard. Now, people are complaining about it. Boo freaking who? Okay, if you're going to Harvard, I know a lot of people go to Harvard on scholarships. I get it. But what I don't like is that they're only one-sided on their agenda, okay? And then something that he put out today on Truth Social, okay? And he put out, why isn't Harvard saying that almost 31% of their students are from foreign lands? You heard that right, 31%. And yet those countries, some not at all friendly to the United States, they pay nothing towards their students. Nothing. Check that out, right? He goes on to say, nor do they ever intend to. Nobody told us that. Think about that. Okay, so Americans are out there breaking their back, paying taxes, can't even get their kids into good schools, never mind get them a scholarship to go to a place like Harvard. But Harvard is taking billions of dollars in American taxpayer money to pay for the schooling of 31% of their students that are from overseas, just to have them come here and think that they have freedom of speech. You don't. You're not an American. Plain and simple. Get it through your damn heads. Okay? He also goes on to say, we want to know who those foreign students are. I agree with that. A reasonable request, since we give Harvard billions of dollars. But Harvard isn't exactly forthcoming. And they're not. And it's not surprising. And I think he made a mistake here on his next sentence. But he says, we want those names and countries. He put down 52 million. I believe he meant to put 52 billion because Harvard is worth a lot of money. Harvard has $52 billion. Use it and stop asking for the federal government to continue granting money to you. Now, whether Harvard has 52 million in their coffers or 52 billion in their coffers, that means that, you know what? That's excess money that they could be using Why do we, as American taxpayers, have to give a college, a university like Harvard, so much damn money in the billions just for them to be left leaning and then go and pay for 31% of their students to pay their way that are from other countries that most likely are against America and Americans? Nowhere else on the planet, no other country will do that for American students. That's just a fact. Okay? And yet, you have all these people on the left complaining about this move that Trump just did, and he's been talking about doing. The beauty of it also, okay, I don't know if anybody's heard, and I hope that he does it, because I know growing up, a lot of students were able to take trade classes. Trump is talking about pulling money from Harvard and other universities because they shouldn't be entitled to it, and paying for more trade schools for American students, which I believe that will be one of the best things that we can have for America. Okay, more to have more young people, especially men, young guys, to have their training paid for, to be a plumber, to be a welder, to be a steam fitter, a carpenter, bricklayer, whatever it is. We need auto mechanics. We need more tradesmen in our country. I find it sickening, totally damn sickening, that the Democrats, a couple of Democrats, went back to El Salvador to argue and bitch and moan to bring back that dude that was supposed to be the Maryland father, okay, for them to go and advocate for all these foreign students to do whatever they want, and yet to come around and try to make young Americans that there's no money for them to go to college. They gotta pay their own way and live the rest of their lives in debt, okay, in student loan debt, and that we don't have enough jobs because we don't have enough tradesmen. That's why we got to bring in more illegal immigrants. No, that right there is a problem. In my opinion, pay for the American students, guys or girls, to take a trade, bring back the jobs here, let those markets just explode with workers, okay? And don't pay any of these students from other countries that don't like us to come here and just belittle and badmouth America. Stay where the hell you're at. Plain and simple. And to all you Democrats out there and all you leftists, you're worried so much about one dude that's in El Salvador that is not an American citizen, that already has a criminal record. Why don't you stay in your respective states, okay, and help out the Americans that need your help? You're spending money just to go take a trip to help an illegal immigrant who is a criminal come back to this country. These are the hills that these Democrats are willing to die on. And what I really can't understand is that you still have people on the mainstream media, you still have people on shows like, let's say, The View, you still have all these content creators, everybody still keeps bitching and moaning because they want their leftist agenda pushed, and yet they do not care about Americans here. You know, they just had another George Floyd memorial marking 5 years on Memorial Day for that man. Now, don't get me wrong. I've always said that him dying should have never happened. Okay. As far as his life and how he led it, that was on him. But where are the memorials? Okay. For all the victims, all the American victims that were killed by illegal migrants and by American criminals, where are their memorials? No, you rather have a memorial for George Floyd. Okay, now don't get me wrong. Like I said, I don't know what kind of man he was. I mean, for all intents and purposes, he was just a criminal. But you rather have a memorial for him talking about Black Lives Matter. What about innocent victims' lives matter? And then on top of that, go back to another foreign country and try to fight for somebody to be brought back here who is not even an American citizen. It's ridiculous, people. You can't make this up. And yet they're going to get mad at Trump because he wants to keep money from universities that all they do is teach communism and socialism and how to hate America, knowing very well that we could be using that money to teach guys and girls here, to get them through a trade school, to help build more of our workforce. Nope, that's not good enough for them. Pay for students to come here that hate America just so they could get their doctorate or whatever the hell it is that they need to go back to their country or maybe even stay here, okay, and still spew their leftist bullshit, basically. I mean, it is just downright despicable what these Democrats, what these leftist universities, what all these people on the left are pulling on Americans, and yet all they can keep saying is that they're on the right side of history and Donald Trump is an evil racist or whatever the case is. You know, you Democrats, you leftists out there, with the way you do things, you people show that you are more anti-American and more racist than anybody else. And you're doing it to your own constituents. Because if you truly cared, instead of building like George Floyd memorials and having the government pay for it or raising millions of dollars to do that, when was the last time one of yous opened up a, an auto mechanic class and gave out classes freely to people like, maybe in the ghetto? Pick one. New York, Chicago, wherever. Whichever state has a ghetto. Did you ever think about doing something like that? No. You're always talking about black power, but you don't want to empower the black youth. That's why they're out there committing crimes. And the same thing goes with all you white liberals. You don't want to empower the young white youth. You'd rather have them going out there committing crimes and then say, oh, it's all systemic white racism. It's total bullshit. And I'm glad that what Trump is doing, he should do it and pass a law that no more of these colleges give out any money unless it's to an American student. Okay? And if they have a problem, and I know this is probably far-fetched, but if they're so anti-American, then they shouldn't get any grants. Why pay for your schooling if you hate this country so much? Go to another damn country, the country you love, since you hate America so much, let them pay for your schooling of whatever it is that you want to do. It's just so damn ridiculous. But you know what? I'm glad that Trump is on it. And as far as all you leftists, you liberals, and all you Democrats out there, keep dying on that hill. You're making it way easier for us come midterms and come the next presidential election. And after that. You people are despicable. And for people like Hillary Clinton to say, oh, that Trump voters are deplorable, you people are the ones that are acting deplorable. You're pathetic. Totally pathetic. But anyway, I know it's a short video. I just wanted to touch on that, get a video out there for you guys, let you guys know what's going on. Like I said, I'm still struggling with this and hoping that I get some good news and figure something out because I don't know what to do. I was doing okay today and then I had to go and do something and something for 10, 15 minutes just trying to get a part for my vehicle. And right away, my back starts to hurt. And I'm like, you know what? This is not good. And it's just something I've been dealing with. And I just pray to God that that I could get back up to par soon because this is not working, especially financially. It's really beating me up. And again, if you guys want to help support the channel, I'll leave in the description a link to my Cash App if you guys can help. If not, it's fine. Join the channel, give it a thumbs up, watch the videos, pass it around. All that helps greatly. So remember, people, stay vigilant. Keep praying for each other. Keep praying for the women and the children. Pray for this country. Pray for your enemies. Pray for Donald Trump. And don't forget to pray for all the missing children that they brought across the border. Peace.